Gaudy, so Gaudy, so Gaudy, Gaudy stats, Gaudy stats. Good God, that's Gaudy. Welcome to Gaudy Stats
with Ben Simmons.
What's on the menu, Benny boy?
All right, today I go Solo, starring Mario Van Peebles. You guys seen that movie? Mario Van Peebles, Solo? Check it out. It's really bad. That's all right, whatever. But I talk about the Mamba, the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant. He's getting 2 numbers retired tonight. But I do a little retrospective, okay? And I hate a little bit. I do hate. But I appreciate Kobe, all right? So without further ado, let's hit it. All right, so Kobe's getting his numbers retired tonight. I'm not a Kobe Bryant hater. I'm really not. I kind of used to be, because I'm a Phoenix Suns fan, and back in like the mid to I would say early, mid, even late 2000s, the Lakers and Suns had some battles. And Kobe was at the center of those battles. And Kobe put up some huge numbers. And there's some real hate between the two franchises. I don't know if you guys remember Raja Bell and Kobe went at it. Kobe acted like he didn't know who Raja Bell was. That kind of hurt, man. I love Raja Bell. I loved and love Raja Bell. Underrated, scrappy, great defender, underrated three-point shooter. Big fan. But I'm biased. I'm a Phoenix Suns fan. So I had some hate for Kobe, but I don't really hate him anymore, and I think it's kind of cool they're retiring both his numbers, but you knew there was going to be a but. That sounds like a rap song. You knew there was going to be a but. You knew there was going to be a... No, actually, that's not very good. It'd be like the chorus or something. And you knew there was going to be a but. And... Okay, no. It's not working for me. But the but is what's happening on social media and seemingly everywhere. This fawning. This revisionist history. Like as if Kobe Bryant invented the fadeaway jump shot. There's this video I saw released by The Score, and it was implying that just because Kyrie Irving said he learned the jump shot from Kobe, and Devin Booker once shot a fadeaway jumper, that it's all because of Kobe. Kobe invented the fadeaway jump shot, and they even showed Kobe doing the Dirk. They showed him, with the knee up in the air, and then they showed, I think, Kyrie doing the Dirk, and it was like, that's the Dirk. That's not the Kobe. That's the Dirk. They named it the Dirk. They named that pet shot the Dirk. It was hammered into Dirk after hours and hours and hours and days, years, probably a decade. With Holger, his coach, his German coach, just with a hammer, just banging it into his head. Excuse me. Hours in the gym, sweaty, nothing but beer, to drink, and bratwurst to eat. Just day after day after day, doing that Dirk over and over again. All the ripped nets, from Dirk, just raining jump shots. Over and over and over again. And then they're going to release a video showing Kobe doing it, and then showing like Devin Booker or I don't know, Donovan Mitchell or whoever else doing it, and like, oh yeah, Kobe led the way. He invented the fadeaway jump shot. He invented the crossover dribble. He invented the behind the back pass. He invented the drop step. That was Kobe. No, dude, that was Kobe. Sorry, bro. He invented Kobe. Kobe, bro. He invented the fadeaway. You know what he did invent, though? He invented the fadeaway 3-point shot from 3 feet beyond the arc with 5 defenders with their hands up in the air. He invented that shot. Him and Deion Waiters, they co-invented. That's a co-founding situation. They simultaneously invented that shot. So yeah, maybe I'm hating a little bit. I might be hating a little bit. I'll admit it. But no, when you look at the stats, okay, the Kobe Bryant stats, they're impressive. And we're gonna get into his career stats right now, and then we're gonna do, what's been done before. We're gonna compare him to MJ because that's what you got to do. And you know what? He took that fadeaway jumper from MJ. If you look at the MJ, they're like carbon copies of each other. And Kobe has even admitted that he stole all of MJ's moves. He's admitted it in multiple interviews. And MJ has admitted that he stole out of Jerry West's moves. So it's just, it's a little annoying, just to hear and see all these people just treating him as if he was some sort of basketball revolutionary, when he really wasn't. And he was an effective volume shooter. Now, he could have been an amazing passer. I remember there were times when Phil would needle him with his peyote induced mind games, and he would say Kobe took too many field goals last game or something. And Kobe would come out and just pass the ball and get 15 assists in 25 minutes. And then in the fourth quarter would just start raining threes and start shooting a lot. I mean, Kobe could get hot too. He could get hot from 3, could get hot from 2. I mean, his mid-range jumper could get hot, obviously. But we're talking about rounding up a 33% career 3-point shooter. Okay? 33%. To give you some perspective, okay? Another shooting guard, a young shooting guard, who's in his prime, who I admit is a marksman, Klay Thompson. Exemplary 3-point shooter, okay? So he's at the very top of the ladder in terms of 3-point shooting, volume 3-point shooting. The man has averaged 6.9 3-point attempts for his career, and he's made 2.9 3-pointers for his career. Okay, that's good for 42.2%. All right, his best year is this year. He's actually shooting, Klay Thompson is shooting 50% from the field, 50.5% from the field as a shooting guard. Okay, that's just all field goals. For 3, he's shooting 47.2%. Okay, so Kobe is a 33% career 3-point shooter, okay? All right? Was never a good 3-point shooter, ever. I mean, he could get hot, like the 81-point game. Other games, he would get really hot, and then he'd follow that up with a 1 for 12 or something, He shot a lot of threes, too. I'm trying to find his best year. You know what? It looks like his best year was his first year in the league. And it doesn't really count because well, I guess it counts. I mean, he took about 2 a game and he made 0.7 and he shot 37.5%. Okay. That was Kobe's best year. All right. The year he shot 6.5 threes in a game, per game, he shot 34.7%. I know what you're saying. Oh, Kobe's not just 3-point shooting. He's not. Okay. I went off on a tangent there. That's what we do in this podcast. That's what we're always going to do. All right. But you're right. I got a little off topic. Kobe was he was an excellent shooting guard. Hall of Fame worthy. In fact, his field goal percentage throughout his career, especially during his prime, most of his prime, was excellent. He was hovering around the 46% from the field, or that percentage, and he was taking a lot of shots. So that's a really good percentage in my book for taking that many shots. You know, like Gilbert Arenas. Let's look up Gilbert Arenas really fast because he's an interesting case to compare to Kobe because he was kind of he was a volume shooting guard, but he didn't always shoot a great percentage. Like for instance, in Gilbert Arenas' one of his All-Star years, where he averaged 28 points per game for the Washington Wizards, he took 20.9 field goal attempts, and he made 8.7 of them. That's only 41.8%. Okay? And that's not good for your shooting guard. It's not very good. You know, it's not great. I'll tell you that much. Kobe, on the other hand, that year, shot 46.3%. Okay? He averaged 31 points a game. And in fact, he shot almost 50% on 2-pointers that year, 49.7. And it just kind of goes to show with people like Kobe, like players like Kobe, you know, sometimes you're better off just shooting the 2-pointers instead of the 3-pointers because you shoot a better percentage. DeMar DeRozan, the mid-range master, right? Well, he's not a great example. He doesn't shoot. I mean, he shoots a decent. He's shooting a great percentage now. But when he first started out, he wasn't shooting a great percentage. So he is a good example because this year he's shooting 48%. All right, from the field, and he shoots 52% from 2-pointers. All right, but I was looking at right when I opened it up, I saw all his percentages. I was like, oh shit, because he's like 46%, 42%, 44, 42, 41, 44. And then it starts going up, 46.7, 48.4. So last year he averaged 27.3 points a game, and he shot 48.4% from 2. And this year he's shooting, as I said, 52% from 2. So he's the mid-range master. And he knows he is, even though he has taken more threes this year. But I'm just saying, what am I saying? I don't know. I think I am secretly a little bit of a Kobe hater, as you can probably tell. The guy he's a humble bragger, and he did a lot of, made a lot of bad decisions in terms of, I don't want to say public relations, but I mean, obviously, he's got some dark spots on his resume, on his career. All right, I think what he did with Shaq was totally warranted. I mean, I'm kind of a Shaq hater too. Is there anyone you like, Simmons? Is there anybody you don't have something bad to say about? God, probably not. You know, I might be just kind of a contrarian. Not like Skip Bayless though. No, I'm not gonna be like him. No, never. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I think Kobe, there's a legend that's been created around Kobe, as I said, as like this revolutionary guy. And I know he's like a Jordan for a generation. He's the Jordan for a generation. But you put his career in the perspective of NBA history, I don't value him as highly as a lot of people do. But there's another but. All right? The man played 20 years in the league, okay? And you know, if you're a Kobe Bryant lover and a Kobe Bryant stats lover, that D'Antoni season where D'Antoni was just like playing him into the ground basically. He was playing him 38 minutes a game. Kobe was shooting, oh man, he's shooting like 46%, averaging 27 points a game. he was hitting 51% of his twos, which is a career high for Kobe. He was shooting 32% from three, but it's tragic because he's playing amazing basketball. He's also averaging not a career high for a year in assists, but he was averaging his second most assists ever. And, he really was averaging his most because the next year is when he averaged 6.3, and he only played 6 games. So in 2012, 2013, that D'Antoni year, he averaged six assists a game. And that's excellent. With 27 points, 38 minutes a game, shooting 46% from the field and 51% from two. That's elite shooting guard level stats. And he did it. The man did it when he was 34 years old. Okay? He was like a fine wine. Vino, perhaps? He was at the peak of his powers in a way. He was dishing it. He was that team was doing all right. I mean, they were there'd been some problems, but it would have been interesting to see them at full strength in the playoffs. My boy Nash was a mess. And when I do the Nash podcast, which is going to be a long podcast, and it's going to be might be some tears shed. In fact, some crying on the microphone. Might hear some tears plopping, like those cave sound effects. Like you might hear some like was that a tear sound effect? I don't know. You might hear some sad whimpering and some depressed grunts because the Lakers Nash years were tough. From a Suns fan who did not like the Lakers, still don't really like them. I can appreciate Kobe, obviously. I can appreciate Lonzo Ball, yes. And yes, I do love Lonzo Ball's game. I don't like him. Wait, I don't dislike him. I don't like the shit surrounding him. It's just a distraction from his game, which is really fun to watch. I like him. He's fine, whatever. I didn't mean to say I didn't like him. But anyways, so I'm just offering a different perspective on Kobe. There's going to be hate. I mean, I'm no different than a lot of the haters out there, but I'm trying to look at it from a stats point of view. Statistical. It's hard to say. Statistical. Hard to say that word. The undeniable things about Kobe is he played a lot of minutes, and he was like the fulcrum for that team in a lot of ways. Obviously, when Shaq was there, he was the beast. But when Shaq left, okay, let's look at Kobe's stats from when Shaq left on. Okay, when he was like the go-to guy. All right. So Shaq left after the 03-04 season. Okay. Kobe the next year went bonkers. Absolutely insane. I don't mean literally like off the court. I meant like on the court, He took 27 field goals a game, which was easily his career high. I think the next highest was in 2011, 2012 when he took 23. He took 27 field goals a game. He made 12.2 of them, shooting 45% from the field. Took 6.5 threes, made 2.3 of them for 34.7% from three. All right. He shot 48% from two. You got to think a lot of those were mid-range jumpers, foul line jumpers, the fadeaway that he invented, the drop step that he invented, the hook, the sky hook. Oh, Kobe invented. Oh, did you see Kobe do the sky hook? He invented that. Am I going a little overboard? I might be going a little overboard here, but it just cracks me up. He shot 85% from free throw line. which is good. He's a solid 3-point or a free throw shooter. And the man scored 35.4 points a game. Okay, that's insane. That's like an all-time scoring season. And I think did they play the Suns that year? That was like that was the Phoenix Suns year. That was the Nash Suns year. I don't want to get too far off track, okay? So he went nuts. The next year he averaged 31.6 points a game. All right, his field goal percentage went up to 46%. He was shooting almost 50% from twos, 49.7. Again, he didn't shoot great from three, 34.4. Some people are going to be like, okay, 34.4 is good from three. It's not. Maybe back then it was good. For your shooting guard to shoot that, it's not good. I mean, I know I was comparing him to Klay Thompson earlier. All right, and I know that's a little bit. It's not really fair because Klay is like an ungodly, amazing 3-point shooter. I mean, at least he was better than Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert, this is insane. I don't know what happened with all that Gilbert hype and everything, but Gilbert, Gilbert shot almost 37%. Okay, from 05, 06. That's not too bad. 35%, 06, 07. It's not that great. I mean, your shooting guard has to shoot like 39% from. I think like 38 is like the cutoff from three. That's my. Maybe I'm a little bit too picky. That's my cutoff. Gilbert. I'm looking at Gilbert's stats here. Okay. The man. I guess between Washington or Orlando. That year. Let me see. That year where he was in both teams, he shot 30% from three, taking 4.7, 29.7% from three. All right. The 07-08 season, he shot, this is Gilbert, 28.2% from three. He took 6 threes a game. 1.7 out of 6 for 28.2%. I mean, at least he's not that bad, but I mean, as my friend, the great Gordon McKimmey would say, oh, come on. I mean, I maybe I'm a little bit picky, but I want to see 40%, like high 30s, you know. But Kobe had a huge he had so much volume, you know. And to his credit, you know, he was hitting those twos at a great clip, and there were probably some games where he just focused on the twos, and you know, and there's some games where he caught 5 from 3. I'm sure there were. So I don't know, but let's go to the Kobe Bryant Michael Jordan comparison. And by the way, this is not the definitive Gaudy Stats Kobe Bryant pod. We're gonna devote a more time to Kobe. All right, this is just we're touching on Kobe. We're touching him a little bit. Okay, that sounded weird. Okay, Kobe versus Michael, all right? I'm on the great website, landofbasketball.com. It has it all laid out there for me, all right? Kobe Bryant played from 97 to 2016. Michael from 1985 to 2003, all right? Kobe, in terms of championships, won 5. Michael, 6. NBA seasons, Kobe, 20. Michael, 15. Playoffs played, Kobe 15, Michael 13. All-Star games, Kobe 18, Michael 14. So a lot of like the cumulative kind of like quantity stats, Kobe's going to win. He played more seasons. I mean, he played 5 more seasons than Michael. Think about LeBron. Oh, we're going to do a LeBron versus Michael pod. The definitive Gaudy Stats, LeBron versus Michael. And I've been a LeBron hater off the court. Something about him I'm just kind of a hater, aren't I? Yeah, kind of am. Just when everyone loves somebody, I just get a little, but then everybody hated him, and now everybody loves him again. You know, the basketball zeitgeist, like emotionality, is that a word? Is strange, right? It's like they love LeBron, and they hate him. Then they kind of love him again because he's like an OG now. But that's gonna be fun to look at. All those seasons of like 25 points a game and like all those rebounds. His stats are. I'm not gonna look at them right now because we'll just go down that rabbit hole of just strictly LeBron stats, and it's gonna be it's gonna be a long one because and Dirk Nowitzki too. Like if you ever looked at his basketball reference, it is insane. So was Karl Malone's. Yeah, I didn't forget about Karl Malone. I'm gonna do a Karl Malone pod. All right, Kobe's getting his numbers retired tonight, so I have to do a Kobe pod. Okay, because I'm starting a new podcast, and we got to be a little bit current. Although this is going to be an evergreen pod, because people love Kobe Bryant. Do I love him? It's been pretty well established. I kind of don't. I like him. I don't love him. Okay? 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 All right. Let's get through these these regular season stats comparisons, okay? It's very interesting. Cuz it kind of illuminates how great of a scorer MJ was and how good of a defender he was too, just statistically speaking. So, points per game, Kobe Bryant 25, Michael 30. Excuse me. Ate some chili for lunch today. TMI. Okay, rebounds per game, Kobe Bryant 5.2, Michael 6.2. Assists per game, Kobe 4.7, Michael 5.3. Steals, Kobe 1.4, Michael 2.3. Blocks, Kobe 0.5, Michael 0.8. Why am I going comparing the two? Because as I said earlier, Kobe is the Jordan of a certain generation of kids. Now some of them are adults. He's Jordan to that generation, man. Just like LeBron is the Jordan to a certain generation. There are people. I mean, Scottie Pippen came out and said he'd rather play with LeBron than Jordan. What? By the way, a little side here. What is wrong with Scottie Pippen? What did Jordan, besides like steal all the thunder and revert Scottie to being a sidekick and probably belittle him in practice? What did Michael ever do to Scottie? For him to come out and say that LeBron has probably, quote, probably passed Michael. How many chips did Jordan get you, Scottie? Scottie? Huh? Why aren't you answering me? Huh? Huh? What? Hey? Huh? Huh? No, I love Scottie Pippen. But man, he takes some shots at Michael. It's weird. They have a weird relationship. And then like they'll show them at some game together and they're like hugging and like crying and stuff together. It's very, very odd. But I just want to put it in perspective in terms of like Kobe and Michael. All right. And we're going to go Kobe. We're going to compare Kobe to other people too. Kobe he's a huge figure in the NBA, obviously. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just trying to put him in perspective a little bit here, okay? So total points, Kobe's got Michael, 33,643 to 32,292. That's a lot of points. Kobe, okay, so total stuff, Kobe has Michael all the way through. He's got him in assists, steals, blocks, everything. Except for steals. That was a lie. Michael's got him. And blocks. What the hell's wrong with me? I just glossed over those two. Michael's got him by about, let's see. Kobe has 1,944. Michael has 2,514. That's total steals. And blocks, Michael's 893 to Kobe's 640. Now, percentages. This is where I find it very interesting because Michael's not a good three-point shooter, okay? He's a career 32.7% three-point shooter. And when we do the first Michael Jordan pod, We'll touch on that because the 3-point shot wasn't as big of a deal back then. To certain teams, I mean, like, you still have like the sharpshooters out there, obviously, like Del Curry and others from House Curry. But if you look at the field goal percentage, I think there is a startling difference, okay? Just standard field goal percentage. Kobe, 44.7. Michael, Michael, 49.7. I was like, Michael? My? 49.7 to 44.7. Michael trumps Kobe. It's a big difference, because I mean that's 5 percentage points. Michael has Kobe, all right? Michael was the master of the mid-range. He became the master of the mid-range. Also, earlier in his career, he got to the rim a lot, just like Kobe. But I think it's fair to say that he was just a more efficient scorer than Kobe. All right, and this isn't news. I'm not like, obviously nothing I do on this podcast is news right now. But most people would say that Michael is better than Kobe. All right, but I don't think if you really most people don't really dig into the percentages and see that Kobe, he wasn't a chucker, but he was a volume shooter. He shot for the amount of usage he was getting, he played amazingly well. I'm not saying that, but he definitely had some seasons that dragged down that percentage. All right, and he never let's go to Michael Jordan's Basketball Reference with the caveat that we're not going to spend a ton of time because you can get lost. We want to talk about another rabbit hole. Oh, when Michael came back, when he came out of retirement, he didn't shoot very well from the field either. So his first year when he came back, he shot 41.6%. But if you look at Michael's first year, he shot 51.5%. All right, 87, 88, 53.5. 53.8, 88, 89. And the next 2 seasons, he averaged at least, he averaged 52%, and then 53.9, and then 51.9, and then 49.5. And then he didn't shoot 500. I did it again. I said 5. He shot 500%. He didn't shoot 50% for the rest of his career, but he had multiple 50% shooting seasons. Kobe never had one 50% shooting season. Not one. Okay? Not one. And Michael took a lot of shots too. I mean, Michael took probably more shots, just as many or more. I mean, he shot, let's see, field goal attempts. 19, 18, 27, 24, 22, 24, 22, 22, 25, 23, 22, 23, 23, 22, 18. He averaged 22.9 field goal attempts a game for his career. All right. Kobe averaged 19.5. So Michael averaged over 3 more field goal attempts a game than Kobe. So he was more of a volume shooter, but he shot a better percentage. Okay? Was that the point, Simmons? Yes. I guess that was. We are going down a trail. We're going on the Kobe Michael trail right now, okay? And I'm gonna veer off. I'm gonna get on a little tiny little trail. All right. I'm gonna walk through a spider web. And I'm gonna brush off my face, and I'm gonna say, I think this is the wrong path to go down right now because this is a path that we will go down later, and we're gonna devote more time to it. We've already devoted some time, but we're gonna devote even more time. Okay? It's a fun game, ladies and gents. It's a fun game. Kobe versus Michael. But you know what's even more fun? Nash versus Michael. No, I'm joking. LeBron versus Michael. Rick Smith versus Michael. Oh, yeah. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Gilbert Arenas versus Michael. Okay, I'll stop. What What's going to happen when we do Shaq versus Kareem? What's going to happen when we do Shaq versus Wilt? What's going to happen when we do Wilt versus Russell? We kind of already did that a little bit. I recorded a podcast with my buddy Dan, talked about Wilt. It's going to be released at some point very soon. Russell had some gaudy stats too, and we know Wilt did. Oh, God. Well, anyways, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I just want to talk about Kobe a little bit. You know, as I said, if Kobe focused more on passing, he would have been. I mean, he averaged. You know, I said earlier that he averaged 6 at the very end of his career, and that was just like career high. He actually averaged 6 in 05, 04, 05. That was the year that like before Shaq left. I think that was the year with like Karl Malone, Gary Payton, all those people. So, you know, he was dishing it that year. He did shoot 43.3% from the field. You know, he had another year of 5.9 assists in 02, 03. And he also averaged 30 points a game. Talk about a great fantasy player. Oh, man. Look at these numbers. He averaged 2.2 steals a game that year. That was his career high. He was locked in that year. Is that a championship year? I think that was a championship year. I love looking at Kobe's stats, and I appreciate Kobe. And if he wasn't playing with Shaq, if he had Michael's like career in terms of like being the number one guy, his whole career, he probably would have put up just astronomical scoring numbers. Probably assist numbers too, because he'd be dishing it more, you know. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm kind of talking myself into Kobe could have been the is that a goat noise? Bah. I can't do it. But he could have been the GOAT. Did I just say Kobe could have? Okay, statistically, he could have had Michael's career, basically, because he was in Michael's mold, you know. But the thing with Kobe is he started slower than Michael. I mean, he wasn't given the reins until his third year. Probably towards the end of the, his second year. He was an all-star in his second year, but he averaged 37.9 minutes starting his third year. And from that point, he played crazy minutes. He had 40 minutes a game in 2000, 2001, 40 minutes, then 38, then 41, then 37, 40, 41, 40, 38, 36, 38, 30. I mean, the guy played crazy minutes. And then all accumulating in that 38 minutes, a night season where he ended up just snapping that Achilles like a turkey bone, just snapping that thing, a wishbone. What do they call it? Thanksgiving, I should know. Just ate Thanksgiving dinner. I can't remember. I think it was a wishbone, right? Poor guy, man. That sucked. I was enjoying watching him that year. That was a fun year for basketball. So let's wrap it up. Kobe Bryant getting his number retired tonight. The Warriors are in town. Should be a fun game. I'm going to watch it. It's on NBA TV. Why am I telling you like what channel it's on? Because okay, yeah. What am I giving like real time updates now on a podcast? Come on, Simmons, what are you doing? I do want to point out because I'm an asshole. The last 2 seasons, Kobe Bryant's career. Okay, he took 20 shots. 2014, 2015. He took 17 shots in 2015, 2016. Okay, and he shot in 2014, 15, he shot 37% from the field as a shooting guard. And he scored 22 points a game. You know, the Kobe fans will be like, he's back. You know, but he wasn't back. He was not back. And he shot 29.3 his second to last year from 3. and he shot 28.5 his last year from three. And just for fun, we're going to look at his last game's box score. God, I'm all over the place. Like, one minute I'm saying he could have been Michael statistically. The next minute I'm like making fun of his last game. Is that what I'm going to do? Oh God. Okay. So, and then on a pod coming up, I talked with my friend Dan about Wilt, and we get into Kobe a little bit. His last game, I think Dan said he shot 50 times, and he was right in his last game. Kobe shot 50. He had 50 field goal attempts. He played 42 minutes in his last game, and it was a cool moment. I didn't see it live. I saw like the end of it, but I didn't see the whole thing live. It's a cool moment. I'm not gonna hate. Yeah, I am hating, but I'm not. This is just we're having fun, guys. All right? We're just having fun right now. God, I'm getting too close to the mic. He played 42 minutes. He was 22 of 50 from the field. This is just it's just the ultimate FU Kobe kind of performance in a way, because he's like, it's like his birthday party. He's going to take all the shots. He's going to eat the whole cake. And that's what he did. And they got to win. It's a nice way to go out, but it's just fun to look back at the stats. So the man took 21 threes. Okay. He made 6 of them. All right. For 28.6% from three. Okay. And he was 44% from the field. He was 22 of 50. Okay. He scored 60 points. He had a block and a steal, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. He put up a huge fantasy game. I mean, obviously, fantasy, or like DFS at least. I mean, DFS doesn't care about the field goal attempts. I don't think I started on that game either. That was one of many mistakes I've made in DFS. But it was interesting. Interesting to look back at. Interesting to look back at his career. I can't wait to look back at his career again. As I said, I appreciate Kobe. I just got a little tired of the Instagram videos. There was just so much. I mean, I'm on Instagram a lot, and there was just so many graphics and videos of Kobe. It was just like, it was too much. It was a deluge of Kobe love, and I'm just one of those people where I see that and my brow starts to furrow, I start to frown. I'm just like, ugh. I immediately want to say that he ain't shit. Immediately. And it's not really fair necessarily. But that's me, man. What can I say? So, all right. Well, that puts a little bow on that guy. Kobe, congratulations. I know you're listening to this pod. It's your favorite pod. Congrats, man. And we're going to focus, as I said, we're going to do a Kobe Bryant pod. We're going to do a Kobe versus Michael pod. We're going to do a Michael versus LeBron pod. We're going to do a Michael pod by itself. We're going to do a Nash pod. We're going to do a Stockton pod. We're going to do a Karl Malone pod. We're going to do a Rick Smits pod. Yes, I said it. Rick Smits. We're going to do a Oscar Robinson pod for sure. A lot of pods coming up. So yeah, have a great one, and talk to you soon.